What's up, YouTube? Biscuit here. Doing a little pregame before my run tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna try for new PR tonight. Big deal. Anyways, I was just watching a Tucker Carlson thing, and he actually touched on parts of Idaho where the food bank's getting worse and things like that. And I'm an iron worker, and more importantly, I'm a union iron worker. So I'm supposed to be pro Democrat because right now they seem to be the ones supporting our jobs. Even if you go back far enough, in the 50s, the Republicans supported unions too. It was the golden age of the automobile, whatever, So, I tend to be very right leaning, which most of the iron workers in Idaho and Montana and that I've met in the Pacific Northwest, and hell, even down into Vegas and LA, most of them are kind of right leaning, even though someone will tell you they're staunch Democrats just because they're trying to fucking vote in that damn job. Um, well, so I'm actually looking at this, and we've got this situation where, like, I don't think that either party really represents America. Um, and I just figured I'd tell you all what an ironworker really thinks. Um, we work our asses off. I've been throwing acoustic deck for a week, and then my hobbies are all pretty rough. I'm pro gun. I think everybody should serve. I think it would do everybody a good job if they knew a trade. I think it would end the healthcare crisis if everybody was in a union, um, because everybody would have health care, everybody would have a trade, everybody would have a profession, everybody would be able to have something to fall back on. Like, I'm not saying I'm against college because I've got 2 college degrees. Hell, I even started a construction management degree that I wish I would have finished. But I always come back to ironwork. Like right now, my insurance stuff is slow. I haven't been able to buy new leads. I'm kind of running on old leads. I'm just trying to like make a few bucks here and there with the insurance thing. I'm running like 10, 15 appointments on a great week and like 1 to 5 on a bad week, because Gina's setting appointments for me. And I'm just doing to try to make some extra money because shit's tight right now. Gina's going to school, so she's not working. We have kids. All real life stuff, right? But I always come back to my trade, like, because I can trade that trade for money that I can trade for other stuff that we need, right? No matter what. I got a fairly strong back still at 40 years old. I'm in decent enough shape. Well, but back to the point. So I watched this video, and he's talking about, the rent eats first, the gas eats second, and so there doesn't leave much for food for the family because, inflation's up, rent's high, gas is high. So more families than ever are going to the food bank, which is bullshit. It's absolutely bullshit. I seen another article today that Mexico is encouraging Americans to cross the border because our average gas price is $4.50. Theirs is like $3.12. So all the gas crunch stuff is only hitting us. It's not hitting anywhere else. There's obviously some stuff going on there that's either it's by design or it's by incompetence. Either way, it's a failure, and either way, it has to be dealt with. I don't know. I think both parties don't represent the people. And I say that because they say in a republic or a democracy, whichever you want to call it, depending on which side you're on, that, the more people that support a law or a thing, the bigger chance it should have of becoming a law or getting passed into law. That doesn't happen. We are so bought up by corporate lobbyists. The Federal Reserve was the leading contributor to both parties in almost every election in the last 20 years. Voting is more symbolic anymore than it is actually of any consequence. Even Mark Twain said if voting really mattered, they wouldn't let us do it. It's kind of one of them things. I don't want to have to tell my kids that there's no food because we paid the mortgage. I don't want to have to tell my kids, like, you can't play soccer this year because that's $60 that we don't have. I don't want to tell my kids that, you guys got to quit going to jujitsu. Hell, I'm trying to get myself back to jujitsu. I was on my way Friday night, but the wife wanted the DoorDash to make some extra money. She DoorDashes, and with gas prices, she makes $50 and $25 goes into the freaking Audi. And yes, my wife drives an Audi. It's a TDI Audi. It's a nice car, but we only paid $18,000 for it with 88,000 miles on it. So we got a hell of a deal on a TDI Audi Q7, and it gets pretty good fuel mileage. It gets 32 to the gallon out on the highway. It doesn't do so well in town, but it's a big car. There's 7 of us. I mean, we don't want a minivan. So, I mean, before everyone gets on me like, oh, well, you got all this money. Like, no, we paid $18,000 for a $60,000 car used. My truck's a 2018. I mean, before that, I drove a 13. My van that I live in all the time is an '03. So, I mean, it's not like we don't feel the crunch. So don't get it twisted. We're working our guts out. But at the same time, I think at what point do the American people, do we go like, hey, maybe there's like a third option? Maybe it's not capitalism or socialism. Maybe we get away from the whole Democrats, Republican. I mean, god damn. I mean, they're both on the take. I mean, legalized corruption is called lobbying. I don't know. I think that as a country, we're probably hosed. As a country, we've put the most incompetent people we could into leadership. And I don't see it getting any better anytime soon. Maybe, I was just thinking to myself, maybe I'd be better off as a writer for the Daily Wire or for a motorcycle magazine, something I'm a little more passionate about rather than just breaking my back. Some guys love ironwork. Ironwork's just a job to me. If something better came along that paid the same, I'd definitely jump. That's what I was hoping insurance was going to be. But at the same time, makes you wonder, I mean, what are we going to do? How much are we going to take? How long until we actually say this is enough? And they think that January 6th was an insurrection, blah, 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 blah. They have never seen a revolution in this country since about the American Revolution. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time we get real with it. Anyways, just some random thoughts by Biscuit. Out.